policies. To be honest, I'm not sure which direction I should face when I'm up here speaking in this forum because the power seems to lie behind me at the union president's table instead of in front of me with our elected governing board. The last time I spoke here, your union president, at this very lectern, made the unilateral declaration that no elementary school would open, no elementary teacher would return to the classroom until all teachers were able to return to the classroom. The Desert Sands Teachers Association president, in defiance of logic and science and the standards set across the world and in the U.S. for elementary schools being the first to open, declared science and logic null and void with that single statement. That statement was intended to stall the process of return as long as she possibly could stall it, but it also shows a reckless pattern of disregard for the opinions of her members, and you, the board, need to know that. We know that science tells us emergency rooms have seen a 24% increase in mental health-related visits from children ages 5 to 11. The increase is higher among older kids, 31%. UNICEF, the CDC, the American Academy of Pediatrics agree that schools are fundamental to child development and well-being. Physical and sexual abuse, substance abuse, depression, and suicidal ideation, which we heard here today, have dramatically increased as a result of this shutdown. Furthermore, these impacts are visited more severely on students of color as well as low-income children and those with learning disabilities. I expect you to know the consequences of continued school closures on our children, and also the data showing that schools, and in particular elementary schools, are not stoking community transmission of the coronavirus. But on each occasion that I've been here speaking, I never had a sense of the urgency of the need to reopen our schools despite your own polling and parent feedback that indicated parents wanted an educational option for their children, the majority of parents. So now I'd like to represent myself as one of the 900. As of the last board meeting, 900 families have left the district, and I am one of them. Since October, my 5th grader has a renewed zest for life and learning. He left Desert Sands to attend Desert Christian Academy 5 days a week for live and in-person instruction. He is happy to wear a mask all day long if it means being in school. He is happy to clean his hands multiple times a day if it means he can be in school. He is happy to stay 6 feet apart from his friends if it means that he can play at lunch. This is no prison school like your DSTA president described at this very lectern. This is a place where kids are learning and thriving and having their emotional and education needs met. As of yesterday, his younger brother joined him. So that begs the question, if I've taken care of my children, why am I still here? I'm here to fight for all of those children whose parents can't be here, and for all of those children whose desperate parents cannot afford alternatives. You could have initiated the waiver process, but you didn't. You now have more options for opening elementary schools this year. Every day wasted is a life that could be lost. I expect you to act in the best interest of all students this time and make that happen. But you will have to stand up for children by standing up to the person sitting behind me. I represent over 900 and counting disenfranchised, disillusioned former DSUSD parents. We pleaded, we wrote, we tried, and then we walked away. Almost 2 elementary schools worth of students. New teachers, if you are listening, that is your job. How is your union representing you? In terms of the public perception, please note that we can agree that our classroom teachers are working harder than ever. Asking that our kids be allowed to learn in person is not an insult to your hard work. As parents, our most important job is to do what is best for our children. This district has failed us. Here is where I see hope, and it lies in the power of the silenced teachers in this district. Those teachers like me who disagree with the position of the CTA stalling the reopening of schools, who disagree with your union president, but who feel trapped and voiceless to do anything about it. I left my teachers union to send a message to the CTA. I am still completely covered by the negotiated contract and have my own liability policy. Teachers, you can make a statement like I did by leaving the teachers union, withdrawing your $1,200 a year that funds all of the rhetoric against school reopenings and science against what's best for students. You don't have to protest, but you can do this simple thing and leave the union that does not hear you and does not see you, and leave this union that is hurting our students. Leave the union and restore faith in teachers by the disenfranchised parents who blame you for what is happening. It may not be your fault, but if you disagree with your leadership, what are you doing about it? Thank you.